In this lesson, I'll show you 4 examples on how to multiply numbers with decimals. Let's start with question number 1. We're asked to multiply 1.3 with 8. So I'll write down 1.3 and 8 at the bottom. Notice that I've placed the number with more digits at the top and the number with 1 digit at the bottom. This is done to better organize our work. Also, when it comes to multiplying numbers with decimals, is you want to pretend that the decimal isn't even there. You want to multiply this as if it were 13 times 8. And then, after you come up with your product, you will account for the decimal. And I'll show you how in a moment. So let's multiply 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 is double digits. You want to place the first digit of 24 underneath here. Whereas the 2 will be placed up here as a reminder as to what you do when you multiply 8 and 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. The answer we get is 104, but now we have to account for the decimal. Remember when we multiplied 1.3 by 8, we treated it like it was 13 times 8. Since 1.3 is 13 with a decimal to the left of the 3, our final answer should also have a decimal after the 4. So we assume that there's a decimal here, and it's being taken 1 to the left. 1 space to the left. This gives us 10.4. That's the answer to question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Find the answer to 89.4 times 5.7. Let me rewrite it. 89.4, 5.7. We start by multiplying 7 and 4. That's 28. 8 will be placed over here, and plus 2 will be placed over here as a reminder. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 2 is 65. 65 is 2 digits. We'll place the 5 over here, and the plus 6 as a reminder over here. Now we take 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 6 is 62. Now that we're finished with 7, we move on to 5. 5 times 4 is 20, and instead of writing the 0 underneath the 8, I'll write the 0 underneath the second digit. The plus 2 will serve as a reminder over here. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 2 is 47. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 is 44. We start with 8. 8 plus nothing is 8. Next we have 5 plus 0, which is equal to 5, and 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Now we have to account for the decimal. In this number we have 89.4, so it's been moved once from the right. And this one is 5.7. It's been moved once as well. That accounts for 2 decimal shifts. So starting from over here, we'll shift the decimal twice. Our final answer is 509.58. Let's move on to question 3. The question asks us to multiply decimal 350 with decimal 200. To do this question, I'll take 35 and multiply it to 2. And I'll pretend that we weren't working with decimals. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry a 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now let's account for the decimals. For this number, decimal 35, we have 2 numbers after the decimal place. 1, 2. And for here we have 1 number after the decimal place. Just the 2. Together, that makes 3. So we'll push this decimal 3 to the left. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Our final answer is 0.070. Finally, in question number 4, we're asked to multiply 1.30 with 8.08. Let's get started. 0 times all of these numbers will give us straight zeros. 3 times 8 is 24. Place the 4 underneath the second 0. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 3 times 8 is 24. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. And 1 times 8 is 8. Let's add these up. 0, 4, 10, plus 1, that's a 5, and 10. Let's account for the decimal places. This has been shifted twice, and this has been shifted twice. So we'll shift this decimal place 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your final answer should be 10.504. And so there you have it. That is how to multiply numbers with decimals.